Hello and welcome back to Motorshed. Today we're looking at the Audi A5 Sportback Black Edition. This one, as you can see, is very black, which makes it a little difficult to point out some of the exterior styling cues exclusive to the Black Series, mainly being the shiny black bits of trim like here and here, which don't exactly stick out on a black car, but they are there. As well as that, you get a squared off steering wheel and a Bang & Olufsen stereo. Very nice. So you could be forgiven for thinking that this is a saloon. It is not. It's a hatchback, which makes it more practical because you get a much larger space to load into. So today we're going to have a look around this thing and take it for a drive and see what it has to offer. So jumping into this thing, these seats are very nice. Nice soft leather. Incidentally, you need a key to start this thing. There's no push button start here. It's key into the ignition and we come into life. And this engine does sound good. Nice and smooth V6. Gotta love a V6. But in here, it's not a fussy interior. It's all pretty much black on black with a few plastic pieces of aluminium looking trim. You have a semi-automatic gearbox with, of course, paddle shifters. In here, there's not an awful lot of storage. The door cards are pretty stingy. The glove box is mainly taken up of CD changer, and this isn't very spacious either. So not an awful lot of storage in here. Nothing up here, nothing down here. But, you know, it's proving it is a sporty car by having no storage. So the infotainment system, etc., is all very typical of Audi from 2015, so this is 5 years old now, this model. The base price of this car was around about £50,000. You can now pick them up from around about 20,000. So yeah, not too much to talk about in here. I think cars after this period started to get a lot fancier with their screens and infotainment systems. So this one is fairly basic but fairly typical for 2015. At 2015, this was also towards the end of its life. This car had existed from 2007. You have a CD player. Not very often you see those these days. You also have a changer in the glove box. Driving aids, unfortunately no rear view camera, and satellite navigation is an option on this car as well. You don't get an awful lot as standard, which is very typical with German manufacturers sometimes. So yeah, nothing to particularly rave about here, but nothing to put you off either. It's adequate. You get nice sporty dials. I like the gear lever. Nice round gear knobs. Gotta rate them. So in the back, it's not going to be quite as practical as a 3 Series, but it's not bad back here. I can sit here quite comfortably with this seat in the position for the driver. From back here, you appreciate as well just how nice these seats are. Really nicely sculpted, clad in beautiful leather. You feel back here like you're sat inside a sporty car. Nets at the back of the seats. Not much here other than a 12-volt socket and vents for your climate control. But yeah, the rear seat passengers get the same sumptuous leather as the front seat passengers get. We have a centre console with the first aid kit in here, but you could get rid of that and use it to store Haribo instead. You have cup holders here, which retract away if you don't need them. But you are going to get 4 people in the back of here in comfort, definitely. Legroom is absolutely fine. Headroom, not going to matter about headroom. It's not going to trouble me at 5'10", but it's not too bad. All the doors are pillarless, which I like. So far so good. Let's check out the boot. So as mentioned, this is a hatchback so you have a decent loading bay, but it is quite a shallow boot. You've not got a massive amount of space in here. 480 litres with the seats up, 980 with the seats down. But you can get a couple of decent sized suitcases in here. For a sporty car, it is pretty practical. A few hooks at the side to tether things to. You know how much I like hooks. You have a ski hatch too. So 60/40 folding rear seats, which fold down nice and easily. And there you go, 980 litres now. Might not be enough for an IKEA wardrobe, but it's going to get your small family on holiday. So yeah, I think we should go and see what she drives like. I like that. So this car's main rivals then. Probably be the BMW 440i Grand Coupe. You've got the Mercedes C-Class, that'd be the C43. So there's main rivals. So your sort of smaller Grand Coupes. So this car you can also get as a two-door. I do like this engine. The exhaust now. So this car has a V6 3-litre petrol, of course. So obviously this wears Audi's S badge. The obvious differences between this and the regular A5 are simply performance. You get a lot more of it with this. 0 to 60 in just 5.1 seconds. I've known people test them and get slight improvements on that figure as well, so they are a quick car. So this does put me in mind a little bit of my old BMW 640 Grand Coupe. It's obviously a little bit smaller, but that was of course diesel. It didn't make a noise as good as this thing, and you didn't get all the crackles and pops from the exhaust, which increases the fun factor on this thing massively. It is rapid. It is rapid. But the power delivery is so smooth. The ride is good. I'm on fairly bumpy country roads here, and it's not really breaking a sweat. It seems very planted. Such a lovely smooth engine. It's definitely one of the nicest V6s that I've experienced. But when you are just wanting to kick back in comfort mode, it is very refined in here. These leather seats are very nice. It's quality leather here. Two-tone, giving it that sporty feel. Of course, it's what you'd expect from an S. Other than the cream accents on the seats and the door cards, it is pretty black in here, but it feels like a quality interior. All the materials are really good. Everywhere you can touch, I can't find any cheap plastics anywhere. I think I like this car. It's very cool. This is a good car. This is the sort of car that I like to review on Motorshed. You know, your SUVs and your hatchbacks might be popular in the UK, but nothing compares to something like this. You know, you get practicality, you get performance, you get style, and they drop like a stone in terms of depreciation, so you can pick up used models for decent money. So would I buy the Audi A5 Sportback Black Edition? Hell yeah, I would. It's exactly my sort of car. Woo-hoo. Oh yeah. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's comfortable. The ride is good. All good things. That engine is super smooth and responsive, and as nice as that engine is to listen to, it can shut up when you just want to cruise. Just what you need. So, do I think you should buy this car over its German rivals, the BMW 440 and Mercedes C43? I've not driven those cars, so I'm afraid I can't tell you, but this is a fantastic car. It has style, it has performance, it has a whiff of luxury, but the biggest thing is it puts a smile on your face. So that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, bye bye.